We're back.
Nice pregnant pause there.
There was a sea of technical difficulties getting on this channel today.
Christine's having audio problems, so you're kind of coming in and out now.
Giving up.
Ah, good times.
Did she give up?
Motherfucker.
Well, now it's working.
Whoa, I heard that.
It worked now. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Of course you can. Because I'm breaking out the competing product. It's like, oh no, please don't break out the
$20 Beats headphone knockoffs from the flea market.
No, these are actually
from Temu.
Beats.
They're from Temu, you dummy.
These are not from
Temu,
Temu.
right.
I spent a lot of freaking money on these.
Yeah.
I just got to get them connected to my. I don't know. I got to get them connected because I don't have them synced with this thing.
Well, this is usually the troubleshooting portion of our show anyway. So.
And I haven't been here in a couple weeks. I missed last week because I was grocery shopping and...
That's right. Surprise grocery shop.
Yeah, I was like, oh, got a grocery shop. Okay, Beats electric earmuffs connect.
Beat emergency. Look, there's probably like 20 tech geniuses in the chat. Maybe one of them can help you out.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
Yeah, have you done that yet?
Not connected.
I'd be scared too at this point.
Oh, I got to turn on my Bluetooth finder.
While we're waiting on this mess,
what do you got?
A story of how I got stung by a bee right on my head.
Wow.
Right here.
On the top of your head, damn.
I have bees. You know that we have a farm and bees, and I had a suit on, which I didn't check thoroughly. I had a hole in the hood part. And long story short, about 6 bees decided to come in, and I was like Nicolas Cage in that meme you see, except I wasn't yelling the bees. My daughter was standing off to the side, and she started crying. I said, "Oh, I got stung." She started crying. I'm like, "It's okay," being real calm inside. I was panicky. I'm like, "It's all right." Get this hood off. I couldn't get it off. Told my wife to come over and help me out. She got it off. Got the hood off. No more stings. My little baby's crying. I walked over. I said, "Baby, Daddy's okay. It was just one sting." She goes, "No, the bee died."
Worried about the bees. Yeah.
I said, "What?" I guess got stung, right?
Walk it off, Dad.
So, yeah.
Poor bee.
Rub some dirt in it.
Yeah, there you go.
So, that's my story for the week. So earlier this morning when I woke up, my eyes were swollen. Now they're a little better.
Oh, they were? Yikes.
Oh, yeah.
How many
happened yesterday?
It was 6 bees, but how many times did they tag you?
One time. The one on my head where I had noticed.
One
magic number is
so
2.
They were in there, and they were like, I'm like, oh, I got to get this hood off. So I got
Christine, we can kind of hear you. There's like this. It's like
I hear nothing. I can see that I'm talking. I hear nothing. What the actual
you can't hear yourself?
is happening right now?
Can you hear me?
No, she can't hear us.
Oh, she can't hear us?
No, we can hear her, sort of. Somebody tell her in the chat.
I don't want her to hear me say this about her.
These are wired. These are wired. They should work. I can see that I have volume. I can see my little volume icon going doink, doink, doink.
That's how it goes, yeah.
These are wired.
That was a funny
standard sound.
5 millimeter jack.
That was a good sound effect.
It's plugged in.
Yeah.
I promise you, it's plugged in.
Lots of things sound like doink, doink, doink.
Yeah, that was a little clapping
Y'all are
there.
going to have to deal with the ticking fucking AirPods.
Oh yeah, we have some advice.
There it is.
There
we
you
got
go.
some good tech advice.
We solved it, Christine. We could still hear you just fine.
No.
She can't hear us.
Look, the chat is filled with great ideas.
Yeah, these are helpful. Yeah.
Turn it on.
Whatever. I'm back and shut up. All y'all shut up.
That's great.
Thank goodness you're back.
The hat. I'm having noticed the hat. There were some problems at the hairstylist. I will be getting it fixed on Saturday. I accidentally went completely blonde. So those of you who know me know that blonde is not I don't. Blonde is not good for me.
Never go full blonde. No.
So I'll be
I was
getting
hoping
it
for a
fixed.
spiked mullet, like a sports mullet.
My husband just rolled his eyes too because he was like, I don't see a problem. I'm bald. Your hair looks great. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. There's no sympathy in this audience. Get to the news. I don't care. I'm done with you people.
Not this audience. No, there definitely isn't. Yeah.
I just got through telling about this bee story. I got stung in the head and nobody cared.
Yeah, everybody's like,
laughing at me.
Including your own daughter. So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bald head.
Yeah, so Dallin's back joining us because Lucky's out for a little while. He's got family stuff going on, so hopefully that'll wrap up here shortly. But I'm glad you can make it back, Dallin, because Dallin started this.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. I'm glad you ask me, even when I constantly say I can't. And then, it's nice that one time it actually did work. So
yeah, and I figured you got like a job and stuff, so I
got a job, and sometimes it's like today was not a fun day. It's not going exactly great, and it's just nice to be able to step aside from it and say, all right, that's
good,
like a smoke break.
You're in the right place.
Wait, I have a full-time job. I am working literally 99% of the show.
You say that a lot.
I do.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen any evidence of that.
Like half the time I'm not paying attention to the show because I'm on this screen working. The only time I'm paying attention is when my face is this way.
Is OnlyFans considered a real job, or is that just side work?
Hey, I'll give you guys a freebie right now. It's a freebie.
Sorry, it's not my thing.
There you go, Parkers.
All right, 3% of our audience was like, hell yeah, and then there's like, okay, let's just get on to some news.
Yeah.
I can see the stream numbers just going downhill.
Yeah, well,
and
all the
Germans.
Day goes. Here comes all the Germans. They're like, what's going on the fart stream?
Yeah, now I went blurry. Whatever. Everything's blurry. I don't care.
We got this stuff here.
Iran is capable of building a nuclear bomb and is working on a missile to carry atomic warhead.
Yeah.
This sounds like one of those titles that guess the year of when this was published.
Actually, that
could have been the 80s, could have been the 90s.
You're right.
You totally go. Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god!
I had the same reaction. So this did show up actually. So here's this game. This was today. Yeah, you got it actually. So this is today. 2009. Yeah, they just keep running it. Basically.
Because they do the same thing as North Korea. The stories just get regurgitated, and they're like, let's run another one. Let's run with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're closer than they were in 2009. But so the reason this is back in the news is because Iran decided to go ahead and pop off a aerial invasion with drones on Saturday, right in the middle of a good day drinking session for me. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to log on. The hell with it. It's just going to be what it is. So I didn't check it out until Monday. But for those of you who are like me doing that, it turns out that so Iran said, okay, now that we've done this and you shot down all our drones and missiles, that's the end of it. We're good. Don't retaliate, though, because then we'll retaliate to that. And Israel said, oh, yeah, we're coming for you guys. So, because that's how that works.
I actually prefer this. I think countries should do more of this. You keep sending your money to the industrial military complex, and nobody gets hurt. You just fly them a bunch. You send them over there. They shoot them down for target practice, and we said we did something.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, like for case in point too, it's like so. I mean, granted. It doesn't matter that Iran's drones all sound like lawnmowers and you can hear them 3 miles away. And that's true.
They're made from lawnmowers.
They do sound like lawnmowers. But I mean, on the other hand, it's like, I do feel like they did kind of know that they were all going to get shot down because they know if they actually did kill anybody, that's when the real hell opens up. But the problem they've got is that Israel's prime minister right now is in a little bit of a spot. Domestic politics in Israel is weird, but there's a problem. The minute any conflict is over, he's going to get voted out of office, and they're kind of running out of stuff to kill Gaza. So they need somewhere else to kill people, and unfortunately, Iran has walked right the hell into it.
Yeah. Gaza looks pretty run through. They've done absolutely everything they can to that.
I didn't think it could get any worse over there, but it did. But they are running out of everybody's losing patience with them. They're like, is there anybody left to kill over there at this point? Get out, get out, get out. Well, so if you're a prime minister getting ready to vote it out, you're going to be looking at doing something to Iran. And he's actually said, yeah, we're going to go get him. So the discussion this week was, what are they going to go after? And kicking around the ideas out there, the thing they all landed on was this mountain nuclear centrifuge laboratory system that Iran has had for many, many years. Now, I have a couple of Jewish friends who've been turned on to geopolitics recently, so they come to me and try to check out, what's real and what's fake and all that. And they're like, do they have an underground nuclear centrifuge? And I'm like, oh yeah, they do. In fact, we already blew it up once using Stuxnet.
The Dutch engineer used a water pump to get $billion Stuxnet malware into an Iranian nuclear facility.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I do
remember this?
That. Yeah,
that 2010. Yeah, so apparently what happens in 2010, nobody knew if the United States had any cyber warfare capabilities or Israel because we hadn't used it. And so in the meantime, they were, you saw the 2009 article, they're almost there, right? So they collaborated with the United States, collaborated with the Israelis. We're pretty sure. They've never said, yeah, we did. But also, like, there's, they signed some of the code. It isn't, it doesn't say, hi, CIA. But, anybody paying attention can see.
If found, please return.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If you find so what they did is they wrote malware with 4 0-day vulnerabilities that almost infected the entire planet. But it was programmed. The payload was as it would check to see, are you a nuclear Iranian centrifuge? And if no, then I'm just going to go infect everything else and keep going. Well, the problem was that I don't think much of the underground mountain nuclear centrifuge is on the internet. So I was researching like how all that went down. And basically what it did was if you are a nuclear centrifuge, it was programmed to make it sort of spin a little bit out of control, but not in a way that looked really bad until it was too late to stop it. And then they would explode and kill everybody, which is what happened.
Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of amazing. Sucks if you were working there though, but yeah. It was kind of wild. But yeah, so I found out today that the way they got it in there was they had this Dutch guy working there and he smuggled it in on a water pump, which they then hooked onto the internal internet so they could monitor water pumping in the underground facility. And that was how we got him. Super weird.
If you could do it, you would. I'm just saying.
Well, we did. We totally did.
No, you personally.
Me? Well, I mean, I don't know. They're not going to nuke me, but at the same time, I don't know that they should have nuclear weapons. So yeah, probably right. But anyway, yeah, always, yeah, exactly. Look at the threads. The Dutch, of course. Always the Dutch. Yeah, it's always the Dutch. What's funny is that the guy who did it has never admitted it, but there's a little funny thing in the in here if I could find it real quick. It said so he never admitted it. He passed away and he's died. So, but his family said he never told them if he did it either. But they said that the week that it happened, he wigged out like crazy. So they think he did. Can't find that paragraph, damn it. Anyway, so yeah,
we believe you. We trust you.
It's in there, trust me. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, so yeah, we hit it before. I actually think that makes a lot of sense because if you're going to go through all the Israel isn't going to waste 300 drones to get shot down by the Iranians. They're going to go get something. I could kind of see it being this. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, it'll be something funny. But lately it hasn't. So.
As it is.
We have the news cycle. We can only work with what we got here, folks. So that's but don't worry. Now it gets weird.
Oh, now it gets weird.
Oh, bad. There it is. This was the best story. God damn it. All
right. 502 bad gateway.
Bad gateway. Bad gateway. Oh, no, that's giving me
Engine X.
I'm going to try that one more time here.
Nice byline.
All right. We're
see what happens.
All right. Well, what was it? Wait, we are tracking the tropical Saharan dust blob that's covering or cooling the eastern Atlantic. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's it. There's a huge Saharan dust blob. Let's see if I can just get this searching for it. Kill it all off. Sorry about that. This is not my fault. This is Florida's fault. Oh, HTTP Saharan dust blob not available. Hey guys, there's a domain you can go ahead and get right now. All right, well, hell with that one then. All right, we'll go to the next one.
Well, it's a blob. It's coming at you.
All right, anyway, this is better. This is a better article anyway.
Oh. And these Florida monkeys could give you herpes. Here's where they've been found.
Not if you wear a rubber.
I was about to say, have we tried your mom?
No, but good guess. That's right. This is where your mom joke normally goes. And the best part is, of course, they're macaques. My favorite monkey.
What?
They've been found in macaques.
Yeah.
This thing is just riddled with jokes.
You could get herpes from macaques in Florida. Yeah. What's funny about this article is that so it isn't just, I mean, they did put out a warning saying watch out because these monkeys in Florida have herpes, and if they bite you, you might get herpes, which I think is a hilarious scapegoat. So if you've gotten herpes recently and been to Florida from not monkeys, now
it's. I mean, obviously you got to come in contact with them. I mean, but who's like you're kissing monkeys? Anyone who touches a monkey. Monkeys bother me to no end. They're problematic. I wish, you know what Natalie told me the other day? She said she was in Mexico a couple years ago and a monkey bit her. And she was too afraid to tell me about that. And I was like, that is disgusting. How did you let a monkey get that close?
Well, probably not on purpose. Or maybe was she trying to feed it, or was she just like
I don't know. She was walking around. There's monkeys. That's what they do.
That's what they do. They're there.
Take that, zombie monkeys. Yeah, the story is interesting. Apparently, as happens in Florida, very often there was a local guy wanted to do sort of a nature attraction. Of course, monkeys aren't native to Florida, so he went and got 6 macaques from somewhere else, and he put them on an island. And the idea was that if you wanted to go to the monkey island and see all the macaques out there, you could do that. The problem was that he didn't know that they can swim really well.
Oh, geez, that's freaky. That would be scary.
So they got off the island, and they're doing great. Now there's 200 of them, and they all got herpes somehow. I don't know. They didn't say how that happened. But
isn't this how we ended up with the snakes in Florida, or whatever those big ones, the boa constrictors?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Got out, and now they're a problem.
Yep.
So now we got these things riding boa constrictors.
Yeah, herpes-ridden monkeys are riding boa constrictors around in Florida. So
Florida's going to be completely taken over by people's pets in the next 10 years. It's going to be animals down there.
So
like
true.
I went to Florida, what was it, twice last month, and they had those parrots just all flying around, talking at you.
Did they have herpes?
We'll find out in another 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay, all right. Well,
let the test results come in, I'll let you know.
Got it. Okay, sounds good. Well, we'll be anxiously awaiting that. Find out. This was a really weird week for stuff.
A Brazilian woman brazenly wheels an elderly man's corpse into the bank to co-sign a loan for her. Uncle, are you listening?
Okay.
This is
weird but true.
I feel like he's not listening.
Oh, I'm listening. I was just it's one of those kind of, here's some video. So she showed up. That guy's dead. And she was trying to pretend he was not dead. He was just like, snoozing or something, and trying to get him to sign a loan. Which, by the way, even if the guy is not dead, but he's not conscious, the bank is still calling the cops. So this won't work in any way, shape, or form.
That is the funny thing. Like, if this person is doing okay and they're just hammered, and you're handing them something to sign, still not cool.
Bank's still not going for it. It's not going to work, guys. What I thought was interesting is that they still don't know whether or not she was related to him or not. She was calling him uncle, and they don't think she killed him, but they didn't say why they don't think she killed him.
Where'd she find his dead body?
Yeah, I mean, he was just like lying around or whatever, and I guess he had ID, or she knew where his bank was. You got that right. So yeah,
well, waiting in that bank line too long.
His head was moving. So how does that, like, at what point do you become flexible again after rigor mortis?
I don't know. Maybe he died like real soon or something. I don't know how it all works. I've never taken a dead body to the bank and tried to get a loan. So I don't know. You're right though. Look, well,
did it work?
It's not really flexible. Look, she's definitely like running like a puppet. Yeah, that's a little creepy though. So hold on, your head's a little flopper here. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, it didn't work. The bank was like, I don't know what's going on here. Actually, they said the guy looks a little pale. Off. Yeah, they're like, he seems a little pale and sickly. Is he okay? And she's like, oh, yeah, he's fine. He's just like napping. He does this when he goes to the bank.
Barring that, is it that easy to get a loan? All you need is just to roll up and.
It didn't work this time.
Brazil? Yeah,
I don't know. That's a good question. They did.
And it was an only $3,400 loan.
Yeah, aim for the sky. Like if you're going to do this, like $3 million loan, please.
It would be a good test if in Florida you could pull that off at a payday loan.
Yeah.
Could you wheel in somebody and do it?
Actually, I bet you could. They'll probably give one to anybody. Yeah, that would probably work. Now that you mentioned it, we should try that sometime. But I'd have to go to Florida for that. So
I was about to say that sounds like a disaster in itself. Just going to Florida.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the drawback with that
One of
plan.
those herpes monkeys to help you out.
Herpes
Yeah, there you go.
monkeys,
Or-
herpes
Oh my
parrots.
gosh.
Or
This is
take
my
the herpes
helper
monkey in
monkey.
to get the loan. There we go.
Man tried to rob a store with a 5-foot snake.
Oh,
Surprisingly not in Florida.
No, in Memphis, because crazy people
Oh.
live everywhere. Yeah, there he is. The actual order of events is pretty funny. He came in at 2 a.m. and bought something from a Shell station. Then he left. He came back 30 minutes later, demanded money from the register, implied that he had a weapon on him. But it said that the clerk refused to open the cash register for him, and he left, which tells me he probably didn't have a weapon because otherwise, he would. Well, and also what happened next. He comes back half an hour later with a snake around his neck and a backpack. It implies like he's going to pull something out of the backpack this time. But what had happened is that the clerk at the gas station was so freaked out. In the meantime, they went and got a gun. So when he tried to come in with the snake and pretend he had a gun for a second time, the clerk pulled a gun on him. And that was the end. Yeah. They didn't kill him.
end.
Yeah, the end. Cops showed up. They found in the backpack they said it was a railroad tie, or a railroad spike in a rock was inside the backpack, and they also took possession of the snake.
Huh.
What kind of snake was it?
I think that 5-foot snake. So
Was it a venomous one? I mean, was it a long, giant garter snake? Like,
let's not say 5 foot long. It's pretty long, so probably not garter snake.
Black snake, I think,
yeah,
is typically probably in the South here. That's what I've seen around is like black snakes.
Maybe he just found one in the parking lot next to a rock and a railroad spike. And
yeah, they can get big, not venomous, but totally freaky. So
yeah.
I would try to pet it. The snake,
so did he.
Robber.
Yeah. He said it was around his neck too. He wasn't trying to rob the store with the snake. I like to pretend that he did, but no, that's not actually what happened. He's pretending that he had a gun in his backpack instead of a rock.
He'd be like, stick him up.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Exactly like that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Shut up, Dill. No one wants to hear.
Oh no.
That was beautiful. Beautiful reenactment.
All right.
Thank you. Alcohol, relationship, and longevity. Couples with similar drinking habits tend to live longer.
Ooh, awesome.
Yeah.
Me and my alcoholic wife are going to live forever.
You're going to be married forever. Yeah, you may actually. This study was a little bit fascinating. First of all, I want to believe that this is true because my wife's not exactly an alcoholic, but she can do it. She can hang. I probably am an alcoholic, but functioning, so we're good there. But the study was fascinating. So they studied basically longevity of people, not only how long they lived, but how long their relationship lasted. And they found out that people who had similar drinking habits, so this means that either you're both alcoholics, you're both teetotalers, or you're both moderate drinkers, as long as it matched, your relationship would last longer and you would live longer, which is really wild. Then it's like, but if an alcoholic is married to somebody who doesn't drink, it's not good. Does not work.
Yeah, I can see
not younger somehow. Probably worrying about the alcoholic doing dumb stuff is my guess. Probably like, hey, get back here, get in the car, put your pants on.
What scientists did this study and how were they
funded? Yeah,
good question. Yeah, it was published in the Gerontologist.
Oh,
yeah.
I'd also
like gerontologist
matches up with religion. Like if you have the same religion, I assume you last longer. Which one's better if you match on alcohol or religion?
It doesn't say, but here's a fascinating one though. So as long as you match, you're good. It turns out that the people who are alcoholics lived longer. So there you go.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It doesn't say why.
It's like the alcohol does what do you call it? Where you're
fermentation.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm with
fermentated. You're fermentated your organs.
Fermentated, yeah, maybe. I hope that's true. I keep hearing people saying that. I hope it's true. I don't think it is, but
I think in our wedding vows we had the word ferment. Maybe we ferment together, for long periods of time.
That could be, steer each other's juices. But
this is gross.
This
is very gross.
Well, it's not as gross as herpes monkeys for sure.
I mean, I really don't need to hear the word juices in my wedding vows. Just
man.
A viral TikTok of Christian man speaking in tongues while swinging a sword around is all kinds of bizarre.
Oh my gosh. This
Nice.
is a church I would attend in a second.
So this is an
that's
older
fun.
article. But... Oh no, go ahead. What you got?
Oh, I was just say, look at that band.
Oh yeah, this is
like one of our band practices that we have here.
Yeah, it may be actually. In fact, this might be you guys in the background, but I pulled this because
do you have a sword?
But it was weird.
I have a sword.
It was weird to see two articles that are kind of about the same thing. This is the first one, so we're gonna do it. We'll watch the video too here. Where is it? It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, let's hear this band.
About a minute. You know, these lyrics suck though.
They're just covering an Amon Amarth song. No big deal.
Watch this guy come through here in about 2 seconds. Whoa, look at
I feel like this guy has the dance moves that I have. Like there's no choreography. He did not plan to go out there. They're just like, here's a sword. Do something.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed that I witness a female on stage. Like she signed off on this, and
crowd, by the way.
The groupies.
we're the more level-headed of you motherfuckers. So the fact that there's a female, like, hey, this is good.
Yeah, she's
horn
out
player
there.
off to the side there. What's he doing?
Yeah, there's a horn player over there. You're right. That's a horn player for some reason.
He's like, I'm not being associated with these guys. I'm stepping off stage.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'll be over here if you need me. So I don't know that the guy with the sword's actually in the band. I think he's not, because he's not mic'd up. I think he's just dancing and Jesus.
Are you sure? Because like, there's a man holding a shield. There's a giant bell.
There's a shield. You're right. Maybe he was hitting him with it. That's a good point.
There's a woman doing the ribbon dance.
Yeah, she comes in. Right.
We did in the 90s and the 80s.
Yeah. I honestly don't know what's going on here at any stage of this video. Like he's ringing a bell. I don't know if that's like the please stop, you've gone too crazy bell or something. I don't know.
And then the all-important ring light in the background.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
that band loaded up in their van after this gig and said, man, we nailed that gig.
Yeah, you're right. Like, we rock. We're awesome. Jesus, totally like that. Yeah,
right. Get it? Nailed.
Oh, yeah, it's Easter. Still hanging around.
Nailed it.
That was an accidental joke.
Walk right into that one. So anyway, I pulled this, though, because for some reason there were two articles with Christian men and sword swinging.
The Christian Men's Conference, which is a thing, has descended into chaos over a sword-swallowing acrobat.
I did watch that video.
Oh, yeah, we're about to watch it.
It was very, I'll just say this, very uncomfortable, because I never want to be in the same room as somebody getting dressed down.
Here, hold on, I'm going to do that. Okay, so this is the act. I didn't know this. This is a very long article actually about what a Christian men's conference is. And basically they'll go there and talk about how women are sluts. And, then they have like manly men guys with like BMX bikers and like wrestlers and bull riders. They say, and then this guy who swallows sword, he's apparently on America's Got Talent. And as you can see here, he's got his stripper pole and he's doing his stuff sideways. So anyway, the meat of this thing, he's just kind of warming up. As I said, at some point, this is the big one here. He's got his sword, puts it up, and then down the throat we go. Where does this go, by the way? That seems longer than the rest of him, but maybe that's the act. I don't know.
And up on the pole. Impressive. Yeah,
then he's up on the pole.
I feel like I would have made a lot more tip money if I had introduced a sword into my act back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I would throw down some serious cash if a stripper just did this.
I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyway,
look at him go.
We're talking about the same thing here.
Yeah.
He's leaving the facility.
he's ascending.
Right.
Jesus is up here somewhere.
Oh
he's
my
simulating
God.
ascension.
This is impressive.
I mean, this is pretty. I can't do this.
I have ascended.
Hey, okay. All right, coming back down.
Meanwhile, you sinners are left down below.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the light. Oh, they really.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus did this.
Upside down cross. I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is this a reenactment of the crucifixion?
Oh no. Guys clapping.
Oh, that is entertaining. And fire?
Yeah, they got fire in the back.
Fire.
I don't know what anyone's problem is. This guy's it.
Look, he rode it on that bike.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Devil's advocate? How do you do this with a shirt on? I'm surprised he has pants on.
So the article
took the shirt off.
They said it would be way too slippery. Like that's probably the reason why he doesn't have a shirt on. Also, he's also ripped. That's, I mean, if I had a six pack, I wouldn't wear shirts either. But
you want him to die like flannel? He's wearing flannel. He's just shooting down that pole.
Yeah, he would totally.
So now the chaos is happening. What are they upset? What's happening?
So the next guy to come on was that dude. I think it's the same guy that keeps finding witches in his congregation. We've had him on a couple times.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's this dude who, bears no resemblance to me at all. Anyway, so he got up on stage right after this, and then this is what his response was to this.
We're going to talk about how to be an Elijah.
Oh, we gotta get through their intro. So
not what I want to say.
There you go.
But the Jezebel spirit has already been here.
Oh man, the Jezebel spirit. That's the best one. Not for them though.
The Jezebel spirit opened our event. This is a rebuke and a correction of no one. This is an observation.
But
before the Word of God was open, there was a platform. It was a high place. On it was a pole, an ashtray. The same thing that's used in a strip club for women who have the Jezebel spirit to seduce them.
Except maybe a lot taller.
In front of that was a man who ripped his shirt off like a woman does in front of a pole at a strip club.
Oh my gosh.
He made my pants rise.
That man then ascended. See, our God is not arrogant. He doesn't ascend. Our God is humble. He descends.
Well, he came back down.
No, he's done both. He's ascended and descended.
Both ways.
Lord, and Jesus Christ. Okay, Pastor John, I'll receive that. Thank you.
So he got thrown off the stage by the event organizer for trying to claim that
for bashing on their gay stripper guy. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, his problem was that he was a little turned on by that. I think is what he's complaining about.
Yeah, his pants were ascending, and it was very uncomfortable for him.
Shouldn't gay stuff be part of the Christian men's thing? I mean, it's kind of par for the course. I don't know anything.
It sounds fun. I'd throw money at it in a hot minute. Like
well, the VIP section was enjoying it, so
yeah. They did.
I'd love to have a crowd mic on that one. That would be nice, just to get the tone for as he's ascending up the pole. What people are thinking? Are they impressed? What are they really feeling?
Turned on. I'm not gay.
Did Jesus turn that? Did he turn water into wine, or was it champagne?
Do we know? What he turned it into. It doesn't say. Maybe it was a bad.
He turned this man into wine, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he did. They had another article. They had another video here. This is pretty cool from apparently last year, or this is a different conference. This is great. This is the Stronger Men's Conference opener.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Now we're talking.
This
is so what Jesus wants
right now.
Woo! Yeah.
That's what they were expecting, and then they got pole dancing. They were very disappointed.
Yeah.
So, but to be fair, you can't beat a tank. A tank running over things in fire, nothing trumps that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm turned on. Let's do monster trucks next.
Yeah, exactly.
If they would have done the tank this year, it would have ran right over that VIP section. Now that
would have been cool too. I would have watched that. Yeah, then we could take them out of the bank and get loans and stuff because that's
there. You go. Yeah,
probably what you do. Yeah. So
when's the next one? Because this sounds like a fun event, Drew. We could hit this one.
I would 100% be going to church.
Yeah.
If there were pole dancing,
you can't come to the men's conference though, not unless you go in disguise.
That's true.
There's got to be a section where they let the women just quietly support the men.
Yes,
from the men.
Way in the back.
You got to keep your Jezebel spirit far away from us. So.
Yeah, exactly. Don't bring that.
Paintball blasting home security camera redefines. Enter at own risk.
Oh, cool.
I know. I think this is I might actually buy one of these. So there's a Kickstarter, so this thing doesn't exist yet, but it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna mute that, and then let's see here. There's a backyard party. Where's the? Get to the meat here. Oh, this is just them talking about how they made it. Come on, give me to this stuff here.
There's a disco happening in that room.
Yeah, so here we go.
Oh, is this our evil guy?
It's Jesus is coming to rob us.
Always a goatee. Always a goatee.
And a beanie.
Yeah.
Is this my husband? Like a beanie and a goatee? This is my husband.
I think so. Yeah. You're going to have to turn off the beanie goatee setting then. Cause
yeah.
So they claim that it'll function exactly like a regular security cam, except it'll shoot anybody you don't like with a paintball. So
yes.
you can find them later.
What the? Paintballs hurt too. Look at them.
Yeah, they do.
That sounds so fun.
So apparently you can also upload this. It's a little smarter than that too. You can load up all the photos of your family and your pets. So that way, if somebody else's cat comes over, you can shoot that. That's the way to go.
Oh, well, let's take the next step. Why don't I have drones circling around my house and constantly recharging?
Well, hopefully that's.
Oh, look.
I need that.
Why are they in a spa? What is happening?
It doesn't really say. I watched the whole thing. There isn't really much. In fact, the product doesn't actually exist yet, but I love the idea anyway. So they're hopefully going to, if you Kickstarter launch in April 23rd. They get the testing thing here where they're basically shooting their buddies out there. I do love this idea though, man. Cause like, I might get a couple of
The
these.
problem is that like, I feel like there are people who have cousins that would be like, hey, let's go to Billy Joel. Like, and fucking play with it.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, so I actually bought one of these a few years ago. Somebody actually had an autonomous sentry cannon. Dallin remembers seeing the videos for this thing. And I bought one and it worked great, but somebody pointed out there needs to be like a toddler setting on it. So you could like turn all the kids loose in the backyard, just light them up or something.
Hopefully be awesome.
What did yours do?
I would love that.
Yeah, it was pretty close. It was a little more hands-on was the problem. Like it took its own computer to run, but apparently we've got to the point where they can just onboard the whole thing now.
Computers are super cheap nowadays.
I noticed that. It's so weird being in the future. It's like, so along the same lines,
something we can agree on. This thing is great.
I do like it, but finally, along the same lines, we get this guy.
Boston Dynamics retires Atlas with a video of the robot's coolest jumps and most spectacular fails.
They released a supercut video for it here. We'll run it. We'll do a little bit of this.
Why can't we send that thing out with a paintball gun?
That would work way better, wouldn't it? I mean,
heck yeah.
Yeah, the little dog could do that.
Yeah. So I'll just talk over this too. So Boston Dynamics, this is the Atlas. The first version of the Atlas was this guy. Remember, who was able to jump around and do backflips and crap, and then pack boxes and stuff. They're finally retiring him. And so they put together a supercut of bloopers and then cool stuff that it did. They went with the bloopers first. No, that's not a blooper. That one is.
Blew out.
Oh, blew a gasket, literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when it finally did the backflip, that's when I was like, I don't like this anymore. I mean, that's cool and all. I don't like it. Well, that's funny.
Uh-oh.
It's had too much to drink.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Man.
Oh, the goo came out. So, this thing's been around for a while, actually. I think it's been over 10 years. And they finally got around to retiring it, which is kind of cool. That almost worked. Oh, no.
I mean, be fair. How many of you guys could actually even attempt that?
No, I can't do any of this.
True.
So,
no, it looks like a men's league basketball tournament with just blowing out Achilles. That kind of
It's like, oh no, my God, I lost another knee. Yeah, did they have a supercut of
sad goodbye?
Yeah. I think it is. So what they said the reason they're getting rid of him is because they have a new model that's all electric, which apparently that implies this is not all electric. So I guess he's gas powered. Like what the hell? What is it if it's not all electric?
I think it was hydraulic, and that's the difference. Electric motors versus using.
Well, that would make a lot more sense.
Oh, it's dancing. Oh, they were dancing.
Yeah, weird dog. So. Anyway, they're shutting it down, and it's like, man, that's really wild. But then literally the next day comes the follow-up article where here's what we're replacing it with. This guy.
Boston Dynamics Atlas humanoid robot goes electric.
Look at how electric it is.
Is there a ring light and a mirror?
It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah. This is weird. So they redesigned it. They released a 40-second video of this thing. This is super creepy. It's like I don't think they could have made this weirder if they tried.
Oh, what?
Yes.
This is a horror
Powered by
movie
the
already.
devil.
Yeah.
I'm having nightmares. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
we're all-
it's spinning
we're all-
around.
It's the last thing I want to see before I get shot.
There goes the head. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Great.
No. I
Terrific.
hate it.
Yeah, I don't
hate it.
We're all gonna die. This thing is gonna kill us. That's basically all there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prototype 0001.
Yeah.
No. Stop showing it.
Yeah, we're doomed. Yeah. I don't know if I hate this more than the monkeys, actually. I think I'd rather see a monkey with herpes than one of these guys in my
You'd
backyard.
rather have herpes robots than herpes monkeys.
Well,
Amen.
that's true. Like, yeah, they gotta fix that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, in conclusion, we're all doomed. But luckily,
there's more.
Luckily, there it is.
Warriors Klay Thompson accused of brick vandalism spree by Elon Musk's confused AI.
So Elon Musk basically did something that I've been threatening to do for a while. I just don't have billions of dollars and a lot of computers, but he took all the data in Twitter and he shoved it into an AI. And it turns out I've worked with it a little bit. It's completely useless. It's incoherent and it hallucinates like crazy. So I don't know why anybody would want to use that thing, but he's been using it to generate trending news articles by reading what people are talking about. And as we all know, nobody ever lies on Twitter, so this totally works.
Perfect.
Twitter doesn't exist anymore.
Well, shitter, sorry. I
Get it
shitter.
right.
It's with an X. Xitter, it's shitter now. So what happened was is that people started making jokes because Klay Thompson here of the Golden State Warriors had pretty much the worst game of anybody's. Like, this has got to be like an all-time worst for an NBA. I want to find the stats on it because it was amazing. He went 0 from 10 from the field and missed all 6 3-point shots that he took.
That's a rough night.
Yeah, that's incredible. So he was putting up bricks. And that's not just a joke. That's what the AI read. In particular, I started reading this where people said my house was vandalized by bricks and that Klay Thompson was throwing bricks through my window. Enough people said it to where Grok decided that must be a trending news article. And it wrote an article saying that Golden State Warriors Klay Thompson was vandalizing homes in Sacramento by throwing bricks through a window. And that's the state of AI. They're going to put that in a robot, and then that's going to kill us all. That's how we're all going to die, probably.
That's one thing I haven't heard in a while is anything about Grok. It's like
I've been working with that stuff on the back end, and I was like, maybe it writes funny headlines. Nope. No, it doesn't. It's bad. It doesn't. If you want to be insulted, it's fantastic. That's literally the one thing it does better. If you want it to like dress you down, it's great.
Nice.
I don't think anybody's looking for that in AI, so it's not going to work out. I don't think.
This one is an interesting story though, in the sense that there was also that basketball guy that just got kicked out of the NBA for point shaving on it. Yes. And I'm not saying this guy did that, but to go that horrible in this day and age, it does seem a little off. I'd check those bets. Check those bets.
So that's how they did catch that guy, by the way. I didn't pull that story, but the guy, so actually the NBA banned a player for life out of the blue because, well, it wasn't just point shaving. They did catch him doing that, but something that he had done was he had apparently told other friends on a day that he wasn't feeling well that he probably wasn't going to stay in the game. Somebody placed an $80,000 bet that he wouldn't be on the floor for more than 5 minutes, and he subbed out after 3. But it turns out that if you make a bet like that at the $80,000 range, the gambling companies are going to be like, what's going on here? And then it worked. That's like
you just get to make up your own categories when you bet. Like I'm going to
bet on
that.
anything. Literally,
wild.
Yeah,
any combination. It up like type it. Say he's not going to be on the floor for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, those are usually parlay bets that you stack on for like basically if you want to just lose money every time you bet, you can pick like 5 of those, and then one of them won't happen, and you won't make any money. You make a lot of money if they all happen, but so that was probably one of them. But you can bet them individually, and somebody placed an $80,000 bet that he wouldn't be on the floor for more than 5 minutes because he told that guy that he was feeling sick, and then he went out of the game. Wow. But they froze the bet, and then they banned him, so he's not coming back. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I do have actually other sports news too along those lines. We got, and I think I got. Oh yeah, this is another one. Speaking of missing things on purpose,
I can't pronounce this name, but he hilariously misses free throws on purpose to give Clippers fans free chicken.
Free chicken.
So this guy's face is awesome. He's just he's got one of those faces that it's distinct. It's distinct.
Yeah, he
Someone pronounce his name for me so I can get it right. Again, I don't do sports ball, so I've never
Marjanovic.
Marjanovic.
I think it's a CH on the back. Well, anyway, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
there was a game that didn't matter because I forget. Like, well, obviously the Clippers fans were there. I think he's on the away team. But basically, has the Rockets versus the Clippers. One of the teams had made it into the finals and didn't need to win the game. The other one was already out. Well, they were playing a game that had absolutely no bearing on anything whatsoever. Had to take 2 free throws right towards the end of the game, and the fans started yelling because if at that stadium, if any NBA player misses 2 free throws in a row, that's a pretty good bet if you're trying to get a thing that'll never happen, then Chick-fil-A gives free chicken to everybody in the stadium. And fans started yelling this at him while he missed the first free throw.
Actually, be some free chicken.
And he's talking to the crowd.
If he misses the second free throw. Oh, man,
he says, I got you.
Yeah, so that's why the fans are getting a little frothy. Oh, they're pointing to the crowd saying, you want chicken? Here's your job. Oh, he gave him He's a man of the people. He did that on purpose? He did. He gave out free chicken.
Yay.
Yay, free chicken. But here's the joke. The game was played on Sunday. And it was for Chick-fil-A, so they couldn't get it.
Uh-oh.
But I think they had that
Always
coupon.
a loophole.
Yeah, you could be like, hey, we're going to go to Chick-fil-A. Wait a minute, what day is it? Man.
But the nice thing was that was an away game for him. Every time he returns to that stadium, he's gonna just get the love from the fans.
Yeah, he is.
Street cred went up.
He's a good looking. Everybody likes this guy anyway. So yeah, free chicken, everybody. Yeah, I thought it was a nice job. Yeah, so apparently if you bet $80,000, you're gonna miss 2 free throws, though you're never playing again. But free chicken, free chicken.
I would do anything for free chicken. We all know this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's probably some under the desk right now.
Jason Kelsey says he lost his Super Bowl ring in a pool of Skyline Chili during New Heights live show.
What? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When this came across, I was like, well, I better read this because sometimes they end up like making something out of it that isn't something that actually happened. But well, it did, and it's spectacular. So Jason Kelsey apparently went to college at University of Cincinnati. And in Cincinnati, they have really disgusting chili that looks like this. And they put
look at that.
Nobody eats it. Yeah, it smells like just nasty. It's the worst thing ever. Like, it's so bad. And I kid you not. So for every year when my kids were in elementary school, they would have a chili cook-off. And every year I would go enter somebody else's chili in it. And I actually won it one year. I entered put Wendy's chili in and I won. The following year, I put Gold Star chili in there, or Skyline, and no, dead last. Everybody's like, this is disgusting. This is not chili. It's like, that's literally like their only product. So like, nobody likes this stuff. Nobody eats it.
So Skyline is like a restaurant. Explain to me.
It's like a fast food restaurant, but that only makes bad chili with noodles in it.
Oh, that's disgusting. And I say this as a Houstonian.
I don't understand.
It's the weirdest thing about Cincinnati.
Yeah, because they swear it's good. Cincinnatians will fight you over this. They're like, no, man, it's great. It is not. It's bad. And it's not just the noodles. Like, I can do noodles and chili. I don't care. It sucks. It doesn't matter that there's noodles in it. It's bad. It makes no difference. Yeah, they'll fight you over it. They're like, no, man, it's
sweet flavor to it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's not good. Nobody likes this stuff. Anyway,
lost the Super Bowl ring in a vat of chili.
Yeah, so what happened was that they so if you got any more pictures of it here. So this is all I got. Just get this vat of chili. So what happened was that they do like it's a end of the year thing, and they have their famous alumni come back, and Jason Kelsey's kind of famous because his brother's dating somebody, Taylor Swift. So Jason Kelsey's on the map. Actually, he's a funny guy because he shotguns beers at his brother's games. But anyway,
the Kelseys are amazing.
They are really funny, actually. So
their New Heights podcast is actually it's funnier than we are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by a lot. Well, mostly because those guys are and they'll say and do anything. So it's pretty easy. Yeah. But and they actually this came out on the podcast. So we went back there. So they have like these little fake things where like you spin people around until they're dizzy and they run around and they run into stuff. The usual. And they had an event where they took Kelsey's Super Bowl ring and a ton of like fake decoy rings, and they put him in this here vat of actually one of many vats because I see there's a second one, vat of Skyline chili. And then you had to then go through and try to find his Super Bowl ring. And of course, there's fake rings in there that I guess are the same size.
Did you do it like bobbing for apples? Like you stuck your face in there and brought it out with your teeth?
My God.
It doesn't say, but look at the splatter on the outside of this.
It would never come off of you. Can you imagine putting chili on yourself and then getting in the shower? How do you get that off? You need like a pressure washer.
Gonna smell
This
like
is.
poop.
I would like to forget this story and move on to something. Can we talk about the herpes monkeys again?
It does look like a fetish video gone wrong.
And herpes monkeys in the chili.
Or very, very right.
Yeah. So what happened was is that his Super Bowl ring was in there. Nobody ended up finding it, and so he just figured they were going to dig it out and find out. Well, apparently they didn't know that he didn't get it back, and they just threw all this away, and it's in the landfill now, and his Super Bowl ring is gone.
Oh.
I like to think somebody actually did find it, didn't say anything, walked off with the ring.
I'm hoping that's how it ends, but there's an interesting wrinkle to this story. So it's in this picture. Do you guys see anything weird about this picture? What's going on here?
I see
the hand bucket.
What is he doing with the chili?
He's
the metal detector.
Yeah.
It's metal detector. Yeah, right. So obviously, right? You would use a metal detector. Well, it didn't work. You know why? Because apparently, and this I'm just taking the word for it, there is so much iron in the chili that it sets off the metal detector and it didn't work.
Oh.
Hey,
is there video of the fans digging in this chili?
I don't think so. They had a little bit of. Let's see here. Let's go mute on this one because
I want to see the chaos that is.
Yeah, let's see here.
No, I really don't.
No,
it's like the end times and people are fighting over food.
Yeah. Oh wait, I found it. There you go. Look at. So that's she's showing you how big a Super Bowl ring might be. I did see a little video, so here, let's get it to me. Come on, where's that? Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. He's saying there it is.
Oh yeah, they were in there.
Oh no.
Oh. It's
Yikes.
better than I expected.
So trying to find Super Bowl rings in there.
Just find as many as you can and
I don't know.
This video is more terrifying than the Bender video. So
this, by the way, is a high entertainment value in Cincinnati. This is all they have anymore. Just throw chili at each other. Yeah. Anyway, but the metal detector didn't work because there was so much iron in the chili already. They couldn't pick up a Super Bowl ring in it. That's horrifying and true. No joke.
Amazing.
Wait, it's promoted by Party City.
That Party City,
the weirdest thing.
And Jeff Weiler Vision.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's true. If you can't read this, come into Jeff Weiler Vision. We'll get you right up. So anyway, Cincinnati, ladies and gentlemen, don't go there.
Oh God! Please tell me we're going to like cute animals.
We are.
Good. Family who got their 9-year-old son a pet octopus is left stunned after it gives birth to 50 babies.
Yes.
Yeah, it actually is kind of cute. I ended up watching all the TikToks on this thing too. This guy here, 9-year-old kid, his kid really wanted to have an octopus for some reason. Probably watched that documentary on Netflix or wherever it was. I watched it. That was pretty good. Like My Friend the Octopus. It was all right.
Octopi are great.
Yeah. Not in cages, apparently. He managed to locate one somewhere, got it shipped in. Turned out it was much bigger than he thought it was. And it turns out that, it more or less did tolerate being a pet, but it needs a lot of attention, like a hyperactive cat level of attention, but 24/7. It's constantly like crawling out of there and stuff. They got their TikTok thing here. I'm going to go to that, pull it up while I talk about it. So what happened is that they get the octopus. And what happens with the octopus is that they have it for a while and things are going really weird. And then it lays a bunch of eggs. Let's see here. I'm going to see if I can find that so you can all see it. Where's those eggs? No. There we go. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm going to mute this because they just narrate it with stuff. So anyway, so they find out that they laid a bunch of eggs in there. And then they don't know anything about octopuses. They actually have never owned a pet before in their lives. Trying to find a picture of eggs. There you go. Eggs. It's as close as they could get, basically, is that. And the octopus basically laid a bunch of eggs, and they figured they were probably empty. All the experts said they were empty because it wasn't near anything that it could have mated with. So they were like, well, and it also means that it's the end of the octopus's life. They'll defend those till they die, basically. And then, then basically the baby octopuses go out and survive maybe like 1 out of 1,000 will. Well, what happened is that it laid all these eggs, and they were like, well, okay, I guess that's a bunch of eggs. One of them broke loose to the surface about 3 weeks ago, and the dad was like, well, let me see what this is. And it popped, and a tiny octopus crawled out, and they were like, oh God, these things are all full of baby octopuses, and there's like 50 of them. So what they ended up having to do is that they started building, well, because this never happened. Like, first of all, good luck finding an octopus expert. Let's see if I can find where they did it. They built oh wait, I know it was no, they had to find, basically they don't know what the hell they're doing, and taking care of 50 octopuses is a lot harder than taking care of one. And so what they did was, I'm trying to find their video where they showed it. Well, they put them in little jars, basically, is what they did.
And they basically have to do. That's the thing I wouldn't know. I mean, like, to me, one would be the same as 50. It sits in the tank and I watch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, so there's sort of a problem here is that when they hatch, they apparently, they're not very smart, and they have tons of them specifically because they don't usually survive because they're tiny. And if you leave them all in the same, like, you can't put 50 baby octopuses in a bucket because they'll eat each other. So they had to stay up pretty much 24 hours a day for a week and a half until they all hatched, and they still lost about half of them, unfortunately. But they managed to save 25 of them, and they put them in these little tiny jars. I'm trying to show where they've got.
Wow.
There it is. See, look at that. That's pretty cool. And when they need more unpaid interns for sure. But yeah, so they put them in little jars, and they managed to save 25 of them, and that worked out pretty good. But then they found out the baby octopuses grow really fast. Not to full size or anything, but they were like, okay, what the hell do we do with these things? And as you can see here, they're getting bigger. They've upgraded to mason jars now, and they feed them little tiny minnows and brine shrimp. They just kind of like pop them in there.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
the freakiest thing is them out of the water to me. Like a spider.
That's how they're going to crawl in your ear and take over your body.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably exactly what they do.
Sure.
Yeah, they did get a lot of media coverage on it. In fact, so this rolled in like only on like one or two like websites over like about a week ago, but they've been on literally every show so far, trying to basically get. So what they're doing is they're looking for people to take them. And initially, I thought that they wanted anybody to take them. So I hit Dill up and I was like, Dill, does your wife want 25 baby octopuses? And he said no. But I didn't hear her opinion.
Well, we might be having one. Who knows? But
yeah,
I said no.
Yeah. So so at any rate, they're trying to find homes for them all, but they've decided that it's so hard having an octopus anyway that they really just don't want to give them to anybody. So they're trying to find 25 aquariums and/or science research labs that won't murder these things to take them so that they can find homes for them all. But and what's really cool is apparently the survival rate, no matter what you do for these things, is really low. They saved half of them. Apparently, the expected number of octopi that would survive out of 50 was like 1 or 0, but they've got 25 of them.
Wow.
So they did pretty good. They did pretty good.
1
They're
or
better than
0.
they thought.
You know what's funny is didn't you say that they've never had a pet before?
No, never had a pet before.
Right. They've never had a pet before, and it's funny that they just decided to start with an octopus because like a lot of people know that I'm an animal rescue. There are like I would never give a first-time pet owner a fucking husky. Much less a whole ass octopus.
A whole ass octopus. Yeah. Yeah. Big enough to lay eggs and stuff. Yeah, it's wild. He actually said I'm going to not be able to find this thing, but he said something along the lines of, let's see, it was like, see if I can find it. I don't think it's that one. He says, let's see, maybe it's this one. So if you're thinking about having an octopus, maybe try having a honey badger first. See how that goes.
Cafe Threads would like to know if FARC can name them, and let's just preemptively say no because we're going to have octopus right there. Adam had it right there. Octopus octopus face. I mean,
yeah, that's what they look like when they're laying eggs.
No.
Yeah.
Where were these guys located?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Which is why they can't find anybody that knows what to do with an octopus.
The octopus capital of America. Oklahoma.
Yeah. So they've been struggling, but they managed to save most of them. So I'm gonna put the link to the Tickety Talks in there. I usually don't watch TikToks, but I watch every damn one of these, man. They're like really cool.
You better hurry up and watch it before America pulls it off.
Exactly. Pulls it offline. But anyway, there you go. So so I mistakenly thought anybody could adopt these. No, you need to be the head of some kind of a research facility in order to do it. Otherwise, you don't get knocked.
Or a first-time pet owner.
Yeah. Well, no, they're not going to do that either. They're just going to give them to people who know what the hell they're doing. Whoever they are, probably folks that don't live in Oklahoma is my bet.
I'm just saying, they said that they didn't know what they were doing, but it's funny whenever I go on the internet Everyone knows what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure everybody in the comments probably had some opinions about stuff too, but yeah, they did say that they heard from a lot of people who had some idea of what to do with it. That's why the octopus is still alive, by the way. And then they said basically they just went to Home Depot and told them like, okay, so we need to build 25 to 50 small, tiny octopus aquariums that can sit in a much bigger one with enough water flow so they all don't die. What do you got? And Home Depot's like, okay, well, let me sketch this out for you real quick. And that's what they did. And it worked. Yeah.
So let me print these plans out for you. We have it right here.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. Yeah, remember the last time this happened, Larry? Yeah. Just pull that out again.
Now I did just throw it into ChatGPT. It is giving me a nice 1 through 6 on how to raise a pregnant octopus.
Oh,
so
okay, cool.
Really, how hard is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah, I can do it.
Just give it to the AIs. It's easy.
Exactly.
And they'll put them in the robots, then they can fight the herpes monkeys.
What would Grok say, though?
Oh, God, no telling. Go ask it if you got an account. I don't. I tried it out. I had an account for a month, and I was like, "This is not. I can't use this for anything." It's like,
All right.
Yes, anyway, that's everything that happened this week. There's literally nothing else happened. That was all. Yep, we covered it. We got it all.
Pretty good.
Yay.
Pretty good.
And there was some Trump stuff, but we skipped it.
Well,
that's gonna be gone.
Always that. Always.
A lot of
Who's
naps.
that? What's happening? Nothing's happening
Yeah.
there.
Well, if you've never heard of them, they're looking for people to be on the jury. So get up to New York. They're trying to find 12 people that have no idea what's going on.
That's comforting, to say the least.
Yeah, but it is New York.
So,
what if this was just The Juror 2? Did you watch The Juror? This would be fantastic. You just get one person on there and film it. That would be better.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I do some radio stuff in the middle of the week, and one of them asked me, they're like, "Do you think they're gonna be able to find an impartial jury?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." And they're like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, because like people are dumb. I mean, going back to our, whatever percentage of Americans think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows, just find a bunch of those guys." Case in point, I was telling them the story of like during the eclipse when I was at my friend's farm in Ohio, literally seconds before it hit, a guy drove by, and then the totality hits, and the guy slams on his brakes, like, "Oh my God, what is that?" So that guy's available.
Well, you know what's fucked up is that I actually got another jury summons because I get these just consistently every 2 years, and my husband got one, and I was like, "Oh, let me try to reschedule the date so that the two of us can just visit on the same day. That would just save us a trip," and it fucking won't let me. So, like, meaning I tried to reschedule, and it only lets me reschedule for like Monday and Wednesday. And I tried to reschedule my husband, and it only lets him reschedule for a Tuesday or a Thursday, which is bullshit. But here's the thing. I was talking to a police officer friend of mine, and she said that it's because one of us is probably assigned to a civil and the other one's assigned to a criminal case.
Okay.
And the last time I was on a civil jury and I was the foreman, and it was so boring, I almost got arrested for contempt.
Did you fall asleep?
Because I kept falling asleep, and they were like, "If you fall asleep one more time,
you're the foreman.
You're sleep it off in the county
and I'm
jail.
the foreman, right?"
Yeah.
And
we can't have them tell you like, "So here's what you missed." Like, it's not.
I don't want to. Yeah, no. So like, I'm hoping that I get the murder one because as a female who's in a true crime, I've been training for murder cases for years. Give me the blood and the death and the maggots.
I feel like anybody who admits to that, I think if you admit to that during questioning, you get struck immediately. They don't want experts. They don't want experts who know the answer.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be
surprised.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing. So I got called up for jury duty for the first time in my life in March, and I'm 51, so it took a while. Here's the thing, though. It's like I don't live in a very big county, so I wrote in and I was like, "Look, they said you need to be available like Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5," and then they said, "And you can't have any like devices connected to the internet." I'm like, whoa, hold on. I was like, I understand. I said that makes a lot of sense. I get it. Like, and in fact, if I had the option to not be online all the time, I'd take it. But guess what? My job is I gotta be able to step out. Like, I don't have to look at it all the time. But if my phone goes, "Ooh, Trump did something dumb," or just blew up an Iranian nuclear facility, it's like I got to be able to step out for at least 15 minutes to 8 hours, depending on what just happened. And nobody else can do this. I've tried for years to train people, and it just does not work. And what was funny was I was like, so I sent that in, and everybody, all my friends are like, "Man, we all tried that. Like, nobody's ever gotten out of jury duty." Never heard from them again. They never wrote back. I'm saying they dismissed me. They didn't write back though. maybe they got lost in the mail.
Boo.
Anyway, whatever. I'm waiting until somebody comes and arrests me.
I know they don't want people who want to be on juries. It seems like they like people, because I definitely would sign up once a week. I'd love to have an appointment. I'd love to just judge people. And, you know,
A professional juror.
maybe even if they gave a moment, it would also be nice if at the end they let people from the jury make comments and throw in some zingers, you know, at the end. They call it food for thought.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Like there was something sort of similar that happened after the Michael Jackson trial, where he was declared innocent, but when they interviewed the jury after, this is my favorite bit of trivia. Most of them said they thought he was guilty, but they thought the mom endangered the child on purpose to get money, and that's why they came back with an innocent verdict. And I was like, wow, that's a fascinating nuance. Cool. They're like, we can't reward that behavior, so we're not going to. We think he did it, but we're not going to convict. And I was like, oh shit,
That's a thing.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean, I get it. I understand. Makes sense.
I went in thinking I was going to completely vote for the one individual who was suing a company, and I came back actually siding with the company, which is unusual for me.
Oh,
because
wow.
I'm all like, stick it to them. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Was
It
the
was,
person unlikable?
Well, yes, he was extremely racist and very unlikable. But as foreman, I made sure that the jury did not count that, because the bottom line was, did the company follow the contract to the letter? And yes, they did. The company did follow the contract as written, and that was what it came down to. But yes, the guy was like, there was a bunch of brown people in my house fixing the toilet.
That would have been a great moment for you to be able to say, just to be clear, you are an asshole.
Yeah.
You're racist. And in spite of that, that's not the reason why. Just
We didn't take that into account at all. You still lose.
Well, they did interview me after. One of the lawyers interviewed me, and he was like, I'm trying to, get a feel for what swayed your decision. It was the lawyer for the guy. And I was like, well, let me tell you that when your guy gets on the stand and calls them brown people and is offended that there are brown people in his house and they were not dressed appropriate, they were wearing tennis shoes and jeans.
Oh, damn. Oh, man.
Oh, no. Like, yeah. So I said, yeah, that didn't have any bearing on the case, but just maybe prep your client not to be racist on the stand. Yeah. Just saying.
For negative points. Didn't help.
Good advice.
Good advice.
Thank you. This is why I'm foreman.
Yeah, when I get my murder trial going, I'll be taking notes. Don't slag off on brown people. Yeah. What about the Italians? Can we go after them? Is that okay?
I mean, I don't know. They brought us spaghetti, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'll have to get into it. But anyway, that was that. That was everything. Down. Thanks for joining us, man. That was great to have you back.
No, thank you for having me on. Nice to see some great, interesting stories. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that'll shake you out of your doldrums.
Damn dirty monkeys,
Harpy monkeys versus octopus versus AI.
So, yeah.
Literally make an hour for us every Thursday now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Take care, guys. And we'll see you guys next week, probably, unless I drink